Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second annual Shirties, minus the R. Yes, this is where we rank the 10 worst shirt releases for the 21-22 season. The issue with this season actually is, most shirts really either range from kind of average to pretty decent. So, in terms of finding 10 that are awful, it's been a bit of a struggle. But, God, we got there in the end. I am also aware that a lot of people are probably expecting this entire list to just be the Puma third shirts. It'd be boring if that was the case. Obviously, one of them is going to feature, but I've made it so only one of them can feature because... here's my list. Here's 10 of the same shirt. God's sake! Also, this list is inevitably going to annoy quite a few people. But also note, this is my list. Let me know your list in the comments section. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my list. And also, if you are new around here, or you watch all the time and you haven't subscribed, please do. Over half the people who watch these videos aren't subscribed. So it would help me out a lot if you could all do me the honour of, subscribing and helping the channel to grow. Also like the video because apparently that puts it into YouTube's algorithm more. Can we hit 2,000 likes? You guys seem to always be able to hit 2,000, so there's your task. Hit the bare minimum. Go on. Anyway, let's get into this list, starting with the 10th worst shirt of this season, the HARROGATE home shirt. Those of you that saw the video ranking last season's shirts will be aware that the HARROGATE home shirt was the worst shirt of the year in my opinion. And, time has passed, things have moved on, I lost my head then, since then I've lost a bit of weight, and I've changed my mind for this season's shirt. It's the 10th worst, because it still has that stupid sponsor. If this shirt didn't have a big red box that was just blocking half the shirt, it wouldn't be too bad. It's actually a decent enough shirt from New Balance. You're just never going to make a good shirt with that sponsor. That sponsor is awful. Well, I'm just giving you a red card there. But still, it's progression from last season. They've gone from worst to 10th worst. Yay! The shirt in 9th hasn't officially been released at my time of recording this, but my choice is the Tottenham third shirt for this season. I actually think Nike have smashed it with Spurs' away shirt this season, just not this third shirt. It's bad. That's the problem. It looks like someone's taken a white shirt and just sniped Barney the dinosaur, and this is what happened. Would Barney the dinosaur bleed purple? I guess he wouldn't, because he's still going to bleed red, so it doesn't really work. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. This is a list ranking football shirts. No one cares. That's 9th, alright? We'll move on to 8th. A fictional dinosaur. 8th place is where things begin to get a bit controversial. Now, I know Venezia shirts are amazing, and the home shirt this season is incredible. But this third shirt is a shambles in my opinion. I don't think it works at all. I don't think the colourways work, and I know they've advertised it using a model, but the reality is, if you put me in that shirt instead of her, no one thinks it looks good. Also, I know it's completely different because them 10 shirts completely follow the same template. It's boring, it's recycled. But them Puma shirts were ridiculed for saying the club name on them. These don't get a free pass either. On the home and away they do, they look nice. But this third shirt, if the Puma ones look like training tops, so does this. Shambles. In at 7th is Preston's away shirt. Look at it on screen. I don't think the colours really work. I don't think the shirt is I think it's really unappealing as a shirt. I know they'll probably market it being like, this is to do with Preston's heritage and our 98th anniversary. All that waffle that, people come out with shirts like that. The reality is, it could be for any reason. The shirt itself is still ugly. Moving on. In at 6th is Portsmouth's third shirt. And at first glance, from a distance, it don't look too bad. And then you zoom in, and you go a bit closer, and you realise it's a half and half shirt that isn't even half and half. It isn't aligned correctly. Whoever's designed the shirt has managed to miss making it half and half and it's slightly to the left. How does this error even happen? Like, how does that happen? How does it get through a review of loads of people and they've gone,
sign that off.
I don't understand. I don't understand why it's not half and half, and it really annoys me. It annoys my OCD. Ignore how messy the background is. That doesn't count. I don't see that. I just think if you're gonna make a half and half shirt, the only thing you need to get spot on is making it half and half. On to the top 5, or the bottom 5, whatever you prefer. Top or bottom, which are you? Here at 5th worst is the Red Star FC away shirt. Look at how good last season's was. Now look at this season's. It's bad. It's an ugly shirt. That's the reality of it. It's a really ugly shirt. They've gone for a gimmick this year rather than like a really cool design. The gimmick is you can like take off the badge and apply other badges to it. Yay! It's just ugly. There's not really much I can say about it. People might like it. I don't think the way Kappa shirts match the design. It's going to be you're going to be wearing a very tight orange top. Basically go cycling. Right, so remember when it was rumoured Armani were going to make Napoli shirts? And everyone was doing these amazing concept kits talking about how cool it would be if Armani made a shirt. And then they just released last season's shirt with their logo instead of Kappa's. I mean, honestly, look at them side by side. It's same thing. It's so lazy. It's just ridiculously bad. I guess the only saving grace is, if last season is anything to go by, Napoli probably have about 8 more shirt releases up their sleeves, so plenty of time to recover. Into the top 3, starting with the Juventus 3rd shirt. I tweeted my thoughts in regards to this shirt, and I think they just sum it up perfectly. It is a disaster. The shirt is just a complete and utter disaster, and I think this is the issue with 3rd shirts. You either get an incredible shirt or an absolutely awful shirt. There doesn't really seem to be too much middle ground with 3rd shirts because designers can be more free. They don't get used at all sometimes, so you can be a bit more out there with your designs. But what is that? How did that get through so many different people to be signed off as a design? I don't get it. It's more like there's no joke here. It's just bafflement. I'm baffled as to how that shirt got signed off. And it's even more baffling that there's somehow 2 shirts worse than it. How has it even happened? In its 2nd is the Man City 3rd shirt. Hold up. You're probably thinking, how is something worse than this? We'll get there. Don't you worry. As I said in the intro, only one of these shirts would feature. And I think Puma smashed it with Man City's home and away this season. I think they're both very solid, memorable kits. I don't understand their thinking here. I know Dortmund rejected being part of this whole 3rd kit fiasco, and they did pretty well to dodge a bullet. Anyway, everything to be said about these 3rd shirts has been said. I do think if they'd have staggered the release, they would have been a bit more welcomed. They did this big release where they all got released at once. So the fact they were obviously sharing the same template was in everyone's faces. Whereas, for example, Adidas, they do kits that all share the same template, and far more than 10 teams share them, but they don't release them all in one big event to have everyone on social media talking about how ugly and stupid they are. So my issue isn't actually with the fact that all the clubs share the same template, it's more that the template is awful. It doesn't make much sense. I do like seeing kit manufacturers take a risk, and as I said back to Adidas, I think a lot of the time they play it far too safe with their templates, whereas Puma did take a risk here. It's just the worst risk they've ever taken in shirts, I think. It's bad. It is really bad. It's a shame. Onto this shirt itself, yeah. It's onto number 1. The worst shirt of this year. Drum roll, please. The Wickham away shirt. Because look at it. What the
Come on, baby. You can sing, you can talk.
I'm gonna
Seriously, What on earth actually is it? I came into scripting this video assuming that Man City or Juventus would be first for the worst shirt of the year. Then we saw this. This happened. How did... We talk about things getting signed off. How? That is... I don't even need to say anything. Just zoom on it. Do a slow zoom. Go on. Take centre stage. What? What has happened? Congratulations to Wycombe Wanderers. Your shirt is bad. Yes guys, thanks for watching my top 10 worst shirts of the 21-22 season. Obviously there's going to be many more shirt releases between now and the end of the year. So maybe we'll do an updated one for 2022. Depends on how much interest there is on you guys seeing me just lose my mind at awful shirts. Thanks for watching guys. Be sure to check out the 10 best shirts of the season. I made that list too. And this lovely number features, without the sponsor though. They're lucky to avoid being on here. Bloody fan tokens are. It's the future. I've been Ellis. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more away days and more football shirt content too. Ciao ciao. Bye.